Yo, this is another video by Shola, and welcome to my channel. Do you feel your money is still disappearing and you don't know the reason? Here's the truth: it's not your village people, it's bad budgeting. For you to step up your money game this 2025, one of the key principles you need to understand is the principle of cash flow. Many still don't understand the simple basics of cash flow, and cash flow is the amount of money coming in and out of a business or an individual. So many can be making thousands or millions in a month, and yet they can't account for it because they don't understand the principle of money management. According to Dave Ramsey, it defines budgeting as telling your money where to go rather than wondering where it went. So in this video, I'll be sharing 5 powerful tips to help you understand the basics of budgeting. So the first principle to start with is the zero-based budgeting. This principle is very key in budgeting. This principle says that you write out all your expenses before a new month. For example, you are making 100k in a month. You can use this simple budgeting system: 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% on your savings or investments. But this does not work for everybody though. Some persons might budget 60% for their needs, 20% for their wants, and 20% for their investments, while some persons might budget 70% for their needs, 20% for their wants, and 10% for their savings or investment. You just need to know what works for you. So this budgeting principle says, the zero-based budgeting says, by the end of the month there is no money without a function. All your money out of this 100k, everything has a purpose. So this will lead us to the next key principle, is the principle of building an emergency fund. This in line is actually building an emergency fund. This is very important because you don't know what can happen, so you must budget for unforeseen expenses. Probably you are receiving 100k in a month, and you save, let's say, 20,000 naira in a month. So after saving for a while, it might sum up to probably 200k, 300k, 500k, 400k, depending on your capacity. And an emergency just happen anytime, so you can use that money you have been saving for your emergency funds. So the next in line is pay and invest in yourself first. Many people make the mistake of probably they receive a salary, or after transacting a business with someone and they make an amount of money, they would spend all their expenses first, and after spending all their expenses, they will not try to save. But according to Robert Kiyosaki, he actually did a reverse psychology. So he said we should save first, then spend later. So what does this mean? Probably you received still the 100k, you received an 100,000 naira payment. So you apportion 20k immediately you receive that payment. Immediately after your paycheck, you apportion 20k to another bank for savings. Then the remaining 80k, you leave it for all your monthly expenses to solve your needs, wants, and so many utilities, so many things that can come your way. The fourth one is very key: avoid debt. Any unnecessary debt, avoid it. Many Gen Z are trying to live above their means, living fake life, doing so many things. It's so unnecessary. So instead of buying cars on credit, then you pay later, it's not worth it. So this principle actually says you try to minimize your debt as much as possible. In fact, if possible, you don't live on debt, on credit, and after some time they run into financial mistakes. So you can actually avoid this by not even engaging in debt at all. Any owambe that is above your means, cut it off. Any luxurious car, clothes that is above your income, you need to cut it off. This is very important in budgeting. So the last principle says use cash, not card. This is very important. According to Dave Ramsey, he recommends this principle in his book on budgeting. But this principle does not work for everybody. You must understand what works for you in all the principle that has been highlighted. So what this principle is saying, that once you are going out and the amount you are going to spend for that event is 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira or 20,000 naira or 30,000 naira, you take that exact amount to that event. So if any expenses come and anybody is trying to bill you, you don't even have the money to give that person instantly, because you are with that exact amount that you are going to spend for that particular expenses. All right guys, so this is the basic budgeting principles: zero-based budgeting, emergency funds, pay yourself first, avoid debt, use cash not card. Thank you guys for staying till the end of the video. So if you find this video helpful, kindly share in the comment section, and you can also share your budgeting rule that worked for you. I will also be willing to learn from you. Thank you, see you in the next video, and don't forget to follow, share and subscribe. Thank you.